Messiah 2,000 years ago, he knew that the 2/3 they ain't gonna make it. They ain't gonna make it, man.
And he also knew that the 2/3 would stay on oppression concerning the Old Testament.
Right, the prophets of the Old Testament. Exactly. According to Isaiah, it said, my people trust in Egypt. They have a covering, but not of my spirit.
Exactly.
Alright? He was talking about the niggas, man. Alright? So when it says, was cried day and night unto him, though he bear long with them, I told you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth? Alright, so faith is grace, which is a gift given onto a certain number of the children of Israel. Okay? Lord willing, we're a part of that number. Okay? And any brothers that do believe, man, any believing sisters that believe. Okay? And it says speedily. Alright? And that's another thing. Because you have a lot of our people that don't believe because the Most High is not doing things according to their time. The Most High does things according to his time. Alright? And really, we're only in the 3rd day of our captivity. Pretty much. We're only in the 3rd day. Alright?
You can get that, but instead of saying it, get it. That's in Hebrews, that's Hebrews 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
Huh? You got a precept there.
This is Numbers 24, verse 18. And Edom shall be a possession.
Yeah, read that again.
Right. Numbers 24, verse 18. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to come a time that judgment is going to play out, because that prophecy there was already foretold, even going all the way back to Numbers, man. Let's even go further back than that. Genesis chapter 25. It says the elder shall serve the younger. So it's by definitive in prophecy that Esau is going to serve us one day. Okay, and you guys over there in Christianity land over there, Edomites, you know, a lot of you are just trying to hope that you're not Edomites, but you are Edomites. And I'm talking about vocab alone and the likes. James White the Edomite. Okay, and those other stepping fetch coons that are by your side as well. Okay? But you got them stepping fetch coons out there.
Sure. Operating full of life.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, finish that, yeah.
Right? Numbers 24, verse 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and he shall destroy him that remaineth of the city.
Right, he shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Okay? So this city, man, this place, and those that remain in this place are going to be taken out. All right, let's rewrap that. Let's read that again.
Verse 19, Numbers 24, verse 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion.
And that's Yahushua. Yahushua is going to come and set his dominion on the earth.
And shall destroy him that remaineth of the city.
Right, and shall destroy him that remaineth in the city. Because the him that's remaining in the city or has his place on lockdown is Esau. So they're going to be taken out of the earth, and they're going to be put as servants. Pursuant to the book of Genesis, chapter 25. All right? That's prophecy. All we bringing to you is the prophecy. We're not bringing to you anything other than that. All right? So if you don't like it, man, then that's just tough titty. Okay? That's all it is, man. We just bringing out the word, and that's it, man. Once we get done bringing out the word, we're going to go right back until we came, and we're going to come back out here another week, and it's going to be ongoing until the end comes. Okay? Go on, bro.
Verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable.
And Amalek is them so-called Jews, which they claim to believe that they are the actual Jews, but they're not. And the almanac declares that fact that they're not the Jews. Okay? But they're the people of Amalek. And you know what? Even, even if you type in Amalek on Google, Google will tell you the truth, that they're the so-called Jews. Okay? Amalek was one of the sons of Esau and Edom, so they would be Edomites. Go on.
Took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations,
Right.
but his latter end shall be that he shall perish forever.
Yep. Right, and his latter end shall be that he perish forever. And that's ultimately going to take place when the nation of Edom are wiped out, pursuant to Obadiah, the first chapter. So everything's going to go according to prophecy, as we always speak about and bring about. Okay? Go on.
Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Yeah.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down,
Right.
and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom against the Lord
You should get the word
have
I called
indignation
it.
forever.
No, you called it actually. You called it, it says something about the third day.
I'll read it again.
Yeah, read it again and break it down.
Alright. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, we shall return and build the desolate places. And that's talking about the period, like it says in Revelation 20, from verse 1, it says the devil and Satan was bound for 1,000 years. Who's the devil, man? The so-called white man's the devil. Even Matthew 13, when it talks about the tares and the wheat,
I said Hebrews.
the black woman getting raped in slavery, it said the man that did this is the devil, man. Alright? So that was when we ruled Europe. They were in the Caucasus Mountains, like the basis of men. But then when we felt sorry for them, and we broke the laws again, never trust your enemy, then they overthrew us. And now everything's gone, man. And now that's why everyone looks at us as niggas. So it's our fault, man.
And when you really check it out, going back to the point now, like the brother was saying, because really we're in the third day. Okay, when you look up the number 3, I believe the number 3 is a symbol of what is it, the resurrection. Because Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai was in hell. Okay, and what I mean by hell, so that you don't get simple, I'm talking about the grave. When Yahweh Shai was in the grave for 3 days, he rose on the 4th day, which that was a symbol of the resurrection. So we're in the day of the resurrection right now. Okay, go on. We're in the third day right now. Go on.
Hosea 6 verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord,
Yeah.
for ye have torn, and
Right.
he will.
It says, come and let us return back to the Lord. Get Malachi 4:1. Because it says something about how Elijah will return the fathers back unto the fathers. That's how we will return back to the Lord. Okay, during the second day. This was speaking about something that happened during the second day. Go on. Malachi 4:1. Read all the way down.
Malachi chapter 4 verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven,
Yeah.
and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be
So
stubbled.
before the nuclear destruction comes, you're going to have men that are going to be brought back to their fathers. Okay, their ancestors, which is of the scriptures. Go on.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
Yeah.
That he shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Go on.
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
Go on.
And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
Keep going.
And he shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under his soles of his feet
Keep going.
in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts.
Yeah, some more. Keep going.
Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel,
Yep.
with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the
There it is
prophet.
right there. Go on.
Alright? Read it again. Malachi chapter 4 verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet
Keep going.
before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Keep going.
And he shall turn the heart of his fathers
Right, he shall turn the heart of his fathers. Go on.
to the children,
To the children. Go on.
and the heart of the children to their fathers.
Right, the heart of the children to their fathers. That's what's happening already. Now we're going to recap on Hosea the 6th chapter.
Verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he have torn, and he will heal us.
Okay.
He has smitten.
So it says, let us come and return to the Lord, and he will heal us. Go on.
He has smitten, and he will bind us up.
Right, he has smitten. How did he smite? Go and get me, what is it? Man. What's that precept in, I think it's in Isaiah 30 where it says, the one that have smitten thee shall make you, something like that. Let me go see something. Because I'm quoting it wrong, you see. Wait, hold on. I'll tell you what, read that. Read the whole thing.
He has smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days, he will revive us.
Right, and after 2 days, he will revive us. So in the second day, the second millennium, you had a guy by the name of Abba Bivens that came on the scene. All right, and he brought this truth back to us. All right, he brought it back to the apostles that we learn under today. Okay, and other men and other elders that came before them. They brought this truth. Salakia, Abba Bivens brought this truth to High Priest Ariel and Apostle Har and the apostles on down, all the way down to the elders and the brothers on down. So that's happened already. Okay, now you brothers got your phone on you, right? You got your phones on you? You go type in 2001 real quick. Go on to Wikipedia and type in type in 2001 and read the Wikipedia about the year 2001. Because doesn't it say in the scriptures, it says, one day to the Lord is as 1,000 years.
Right.
All right? Go on.
Right. 2001 was a common year starting on Monday of the Gregorian calendar.
Yep.
The 2001st year of the Common Era.
You go on.
And Anno Domini. Designations.
Which is the year of our Lord. Go on.
Designations the first year of the third millennium.
Which is the 3,000th year. So we're in the third day right now, being revived. Prophecy. Read that again. Read that one more time.
Hosea 6:2. After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will raise us up,
Right.
and we shall live in his sight.
So within this third day, we're going to be raised up. And we're being raised up right now. And we're living in his sight. How are we living in his sight? Because we have the truth. Okay, so once you have this truth, now the Lord is looking out for you. Okay? His eyes is focused upon the men that he has given his grace unto. And now they're standing up high and standing up boldly against their enemy or against the wickedness of the system in the third day. Okay? Which is the third millennium that we are in today. Keep going.
Matthew 25:6. And at midnight there was a cry made,
Right, and we are at the midnight. Go on.
behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him.
Right, go ye out to meet him. How are we going out to meet the Lord? By doing what he says, going out on the highways and the byways and to compel and to bid them to the marriage of the Lamb, which the Lamb is the Messiah. All right, who are them that we are to bid to the marriage of the Lamb? The elect of the nation of Israel within the third day. So that's how we go out and meet the Lord. Go on.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. And the wise answered, saying, not so, these there be not enough for us and you.
Right.
But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage.
Exactly.
And the door was shut.
Yeah, because what they did was figuratively speaking, concerning that parable there, they waited to the last minute to receive this truth. But it's too late. You can't receive this oil if you didn't take your oil with you. It's too late, man. Now you just gonna have to die to death and just be swallowed up in your judgment. Alright? Because there's a judgment to not taking heed to the truth. And there's a judgment to taking heed to the truth. But if you fall on the wrong side of the fence, then that's on you. Okay, because you got a lot of guys out there, man. They see the videos and they watch the videos, but they still cheerleading. All right, they're still cheerleading right now, man. And they don't want to take the extra. They don't want to take the extra step and to go forward with this thing. They don't want to move forward. That's what I should have said. They want to still straddle the fence. And when it's all said and done, they're going to be looking for more breakdowns in these precepts because they don't thoroughly understand what this thing is about anyway, because they've procrastinated themselves from standing up high along with the men of the Most High. So now they're going to be looking for that oil. But listen, man, we're not going to give you the oil on that thing. All right? Unless we don't have enough for ourselves.
The famine of the word.
Right. Because in speaking about the famine of the world, what they're going to look to do real soon is shut the internet down. Let's wait until these clouds pass by. Yeah, so like I was saying, what they're gonna start doing real soon is clamping down on the internet. And what they was even saying, I believe it was the EU. One of the spokespersons of the EU was even saying, look, what you're gonna have to start doing, countries are gonna have to start doing within the EU, is you're gonna have to start finding these people that's putting out what they call, extremist stuff on the internet or on the YouTube. So if they don't take the stuff off of the internet or the YouTube, they're gonna be fired. So that's the new thing now. That's the new thing. So that's the famine of the world. Getting ready to be played out. So once it's all said and done, you can't get access to this internet to get access to this truth. We've already done our job. Okay? Anyway, let's read on.
Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land.
Right. I will send a famine in the land. What is the famine in the land going to be going?
Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but hearing the words of the Lord.
The word of the Lord. So there's going to come a time when this word is not going to go out anymore because they're going to shut the internet down. That's what it's going to be. They're going to clamp down on the internet because you have certain things that are going out in the internet that the powers that be don't like. And they don't feel too comfortable about it. Go on.
And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord.
And that's Matthew 25. They're going to look and find the oil when the bridegroom comes, which is Shah. They're going to be going from the east to the west, to the north, to the south, to try to find this word. They're not going to find this word, man. But you got something.
Revelation 3 and 15 says, I know thy works, that thou art neither hot nor cold. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spew thee out of thy mouth.
Right, so you got to be a die-hard fan of this thing, man. You can't just be half-assed. You got to be down for this truth. You got to be down for the word of the Lord. Okay, there's no straddling the fence in this thing. Okay, and if you got the truth and you have the understanding, you got to dive in more deeper. As commanded. Go on. All right. I've texted you.
No way. And shall not find him. In that.
Last thing. It says, because thou sayest, I am rich, and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked.
Right, because they already sorted out in society, or they doing all right. They already satisfied with the way of the world, so they don't really feel the need to dabble in with the truth furthermore. But it's all going to be, all of that stuff that you got, or that you have, or that's you're comfortable in, that's all going to be put away, and then you're going to find out that you're truly miserable. Okay? It's all of the things in this world, but you ain't got to look at them, man. Just focus on the word. All you got to do, like I said, is think about it. This word is more valuable than all of the goods that you have. Why? Because this is something that's going to overstand all. Excuse me. This is going to overstand all things Matter of fact, give me Matthew 24. Give me the book of Matthew 24, verse. I mean, it just goes to show we got to be the men of the Lord, because everybody out here is clowning around. They're just acting silly, and we're the only guys in King's Cross that's doing the work of the Lord. So we got to be the men of the Lord. We have to be the elect out of all these people. Okay? Because when you dive in deep into Great Britain, man, this is nothing but foolishness out here. You got grown-ass men and grown-ass women acting like children, man. Okay? They have nothing else to do with themselves. They're bored from their job. Yeah, give me Matthew 24. And I believe it's in verse where it speaks about my worship, my word, how does it go? That's it right there. Hey, give me that. Somebody give me that scripture right there.
Matthew 24, verse 33. So likewise ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors.
Right.
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
What? What is all of these things that's going to be fulfilled? Yeah, just have a nice day. Read that again.
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass.
Yeah, so read that again.
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Yep.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Right, and that's really going back to the point I was making. Because everything else in this society is going to pass away. All of the fun and games and the love and the clowning around and the acting silly, this is all going to pass away. All right, and even the goods that make you feel comfortable in your life, that's going to be passed away. So it would behoove you to get in good terms with the Lord, man. All right. Hey man, it would just be the right and wise thing to do. Okay? And I'm really talking about you Israelites out there, you so-called blacks, so-called Latinos and Native American Indians. Those of you that are the elect, and those of you that line go back to these people. Alright? Go on.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, read your precept, bro. You got a precept. I'll tell you what, give me Philippians the 2nd chapter now.
What verse?
It speaks about, again, it makes reference on how every knee and tongue shall confess.
Okay, alright. Philippians 2, verse 9.
Yep.
Wherefore, the Most High also have highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name.
Okay, go on.
That at the name of Yahushua, every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth,
right? So
and things under the earth.
Yeah. So, in other words, the spirit of pride is going to be out the door, because everybody got a level of pride in this world, man. And really, Esau was really the main one that brought forth the spirit of pride to begin with. And this is why everybody else they have that same mentality.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, but the spirit is going to be a different spirit, and it's going to be the spirit of obedience now. Being that Yahushua, the Hamashiach, or who the world called Jesus Christ, he was a man of obedience. Listen, matter of fact, read Philippians 2, read the whole thing, and we're going to get to the point. I want to show you something.
Philippians 2 verse 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Hamashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit,